You know what though? I can't be mad at him. Like,
Yeah, right.
Well, we are live, guys. So watch it.
It's okay. Like,
soon as
gonna come find me.
I'm about to say he's not gonna be on the show.
Soon as Devin get his together, we be rolling, man.
That is ringing.
This was actually in favor of Ben Simmons. Like, go get that ring back.
You're right.
Still his girlfriend. I see I moved up a little bit. Like, go get that ring back. I see I moved up a little.
Yeah.
It's definitely your echo.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm working on now, man.
I was like, somebody just repeating what I said, but that was me.
There we go.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do you hear echo now?
Nope.
So we good then. All right. I just wanted to make sure, man.
Lay down.
No screen. Like, I don't get to see myself on you guys today.
You're about to
See you guys. Gang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I cut it short. Welcome to another episode of Above Average Black Men. Yours truly, Chris Bender Sr.
Devin Pender here, just to remind you to like, follow, subscribe, share, and comment.
Chris Jr. back online again this week, but still the same. We here to inspire, empower, and uplift the community. Excited for today's episode. It's definitely in our lane. We grew up sports fans, basketball players to be specific about myself here, and also Devin and my dad. So, like, definitely excited to kind of talk about the game and specifically a brand of basketball that I am just excited about. I can't wait to purchase my own. I had an opportunity to kind of get a feel for it myself, but I don't know if you wanted to kind of step up and introduce our guests here.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because I don't usually get hyped about guests, because it's usually it's kind of like, okay, most of our guests kind of fall into a category, but I am hyped about this one because this one is really unique, man, because, this thing right here is amazing, man, the basketball. I think you get so used to being an athlete, pursuing certain things, you never think about the other side. I didn't think in my wildest dreams I would ever meet somebody who makes a basketball. That's no brand of basketball. So we have Mr. Tari Wright with us today. Amazing young man. I met him down in an event down at the Black History Museum, and we kind of clicked right away. I think we talked for like 30 minutes, just talking about the different things in life, man. And so, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, man. And your brand is not Wright Brand. I love the name. So you got to explain to people about your logo because, we, as you were talking before, this question mark just totally confuses me because every time I see it, I think I need to turn the ball around.
Well, real quick, let's start off with like your background. Where you're from, where you got the idea of creating a basketball.
You just overrode my question, man.
I mean, we got to get a background to know the person first.
You trying to take it back. You got real specific talking about the question mark.
You can answer either one of those. Go ahead.
All right, so let me properly introduce myself. My name is Tari Wright. I'm the owner of Not Wright Brand LLC. I am a Philadelphia native. I actually grew up in the Northeast section of Philadelphia. Went to Lincoln High School. Had my ups and downs throughout the life of Philadelphia as well. Eventually ended up dropping out of high school as well because I didn't like to go to class. I was one of the kids that was a knucklehead. I didn't like to listen at all. And I ended up dropping out. And I just felt like it was too much for me. So I decided I had to get myself together. There was only two things I'm gonna end up either locked up or in jail. So locked up or dead. So I didn't want to fall bad, man. It was just something had to click because the path I was doing a bunch of stuff that I shouldn't have been doing out in the streets. People think you live in Northeast. Northeast don't going on. A lot of stuff goes on everywhere, but people just don't know. So fortunately, I was able to pretty much get it back on the path, back on the right path. And I was like, all right, you either gonna have to get it together or you out this house. So I was like, all right, I gotta get back on track. So I ended up going back to school at community, still didn't get it right. Still was not trying to pursue everything I wanted to do. Just trying to get my head on straight. I just trying to follow the right path. So my story, just like I said, stick to your path no matter what everybody say to you. Because I had a bunch of teachers saying that, oh, you're going to be a failure, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. You're not even trying to do better for yourself. Only way you're stupid and retarded. I heard everything in the book. So this is what not right kind of ties into. So I started, all right, let me just own it. All right, y'all think I'm retarded? Y'all think I'm this? Let me just own my flaws. I ain't gonna shy away from it. I know I'm doing wrong, and I gotta figure out how I'm gonna go on this right path. So me figuring out, I ended up graduating with my bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in entrepreneurship, and I'm currently working on 2 master's degrees right now at Wright University. So the company now, Wright Brand, was based off my daughter who's autistic, and I'm a basketball family. Like my brother played basketball, I played. We love the game of basketball. I just wasn't fortunate to be good enough to make it, but I always still played. So I always wanted to do something different because I've always wanted to start my business since I was like 12. But it was just something I had to put my eyes and so I just something.
So was it just a business, or was it specifically like I want to do something with basketball and sports?
First, it wasn't with sports in general. It was just like I just wanted to do something. My idea was just to have something of my own. That's always one. I feel I didn't want to work for nobody. I'm still working towards that now. I always wanted to be self-employed, so I always had a hustle. So, but my thing is, I got the idea of doing something with a basketball because I'm thinking like nobody's ever doing it. Like all we know is like most of the sport, and honestly, predominantly white, and they make 100% profit off our people. So. And I never even see these guys like show up to like local games, either AU tournaments, high school games. I don't even know what the executives look like. And I'm just thinking, why can we create something like that for our people? And not right means to own who you are. So my daughter's autistic, so she loves the game of basketball. She used to get bullied for being autistic. So I used to tell her that just because you're different and you see things different doesn't mean you're different from everybody else. So just because they say you're autistic, you can't play basketball. Yes, you can. You can do anything you put your mind to. So just own up to yourself and be the best version of yourself that you can be. Because I've been in your shoes before. People told me that they can't. I couldn't do things and I did it. So I even had like people tell me my basketball was going to fail because it's not Wilson or Sparta or like on the black owned basketball. Who the hell's going to buy basketball with a question mark on it? So I heard like everything in the book. So I just used that as motivation and just stuck to it. Because a lot of things I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit my business plenty of times. I just had no confidence in myself just from hearing all the negativity. So there was plenty of times I just gave up. And to the point that I just used my daughter as a strength. Like if she kept pushing, she didn't let nobody stop her, and she's still playing basketball to this day, no matter what anybody says. So I was like, all right, let me base this off the family. So that's what Not Right comes into. So now last name is good. Now it's the whole family and generations. So that no matter what you've been through our life, there's always a plan for you. So there's a blueprint out there for everyone. So Not Right means to own up to your and stick to that plan. And the reason why the reason why there's an inverted question mark is to show people that not right is right. It doesn't have to look right to be perfect. And that was my goal, to show people that.
Yeah, I feel like the first time I seen the basketball and I got a chance to get my hands on it, like I don't understand how people could hate on that. You know, like growing up, I played with all types of basketball. Like you said, we know Wilson, Spalding, Ball. They selling it for $60, $80. Like, and sometimes the product even it's not up to what you think it should be or what it should or what you would want out of a basketball. But I think just because they have that name recognition, people just like automatically flock to it, you know. But like again, like when I had an opportunity to kind of play around a little bit with the basketball that you got, it's just such a great product. I think that's where it's like our opportunity to really grow and be successful is like for really people that hoop, they get their hands on that, like they are going to be like, wow, like this is where it's at. Like again, I really think you got something great, man. And testament to you just being able to stick with it, even despite people saying, oh, nobody's going to buy a black on basketball. I can guarantee you, they're not even basketball players that are saying that to you, you know? So it's like, again, like kudos to you on doing that, man. And Dan, I can hear you about to say something.
Because to me, I think that's how you know you have a good idea when folks don't understand it. I think if you come up with something that everybody understands, it's not that good because everybody can see it. When you come up with a product that some people are going to question, because that creates the conversation. That gives you a chance to sell the product. So that I love it, and I love the fact that you kept. I can say my thing now. You kept pushing the stone. You didn't let folks deter you or push you to the side, and I think that's what entrepreneurship is all about. But I really want to get back to the question mark. How do you what's behind the question mark? Do you just kind of sit there and say, I'm gonna do an upside down question mark? I mean, that's a brilliant branding thing.
Yeah, actually really straight today. I decided to do an upside down question mark because, like I said, it shows that it's not right. So it shows that it's different from everybody else. It's something that's outside the box. So it kind of attracts people out because, like I said, it brings the question to it, like, all right, why does he have an upside down question mark? Then I explain what my brain is really about, and people say, oh, it makes sense. So it's to show that not right is right, no matter what type of differences you have. Like I said, my daughter has a disability, so people might be going through other challenges throughout life. So it just shows you don't have to be perfect to be right.
But I love the slogan. That's the T-shirt right there.
Right.
It is.
Yeah, you can see you got the hoodie going right there, like with the everything right, man. So my question for you is like, all right, why a basketball? Like what made you think like, all right, I'm going to make a basketball? Was it something where, like, again, I know you're a basketball family. Was it like you got tired of kind of the quality of basketball that you were getting, or did somebody, like, you heard somebody else complaining about it? So what kind of took you down that lane to start with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was really based on like the pricing of the basketball. So I'm like, so Wilson got they got the Evolution ball. It's probably like what, $80-$90 something.
No reason.
No reason. So basketballs, they get lost like nothing. So you go to the put your basketball down, it's going. You already know. Or somebody else, or wherever you're in the gym too, no matter where you at. So, and I always think like we go through millions of basketballs probably a year, and parents and families that are not fortunate enough to afford a good quality basketball. So you don't want to get a basketball and it's all got the little bump in it. You know how people say the little tip. Yeah. Little rubber bouncing, all the bouncing high, bouncing all over the place. So I just thought about it. I just said to myself, like, wait, why don't I try to create something like that's great quality, more durable, but affordable for people? So why can't we just tackle that market? Because pretty much I just saw it was an open market. Because people think you need the top line state-of-the-art basketball at this price. No, you don't. Why don't you build something that's quality and affordable and that's durable? It's going to be fine. That's what I did. I even had like overseas players tested, college coaches tested, and they loved it. It was like, I like this better than the Wilson ball, and it's more durable. I had somebody that had it for over a year and a half, and it still feels like it's brand new. So,
yeah, it definitely has a good grip on it. Like, it really looks official. Like, I like it a lot.
When I picked this ball up, this ball said, "Shoot me." Seriously, when I was young, my hand just felt like, because I was that dude where, you come off the pick, and you get off the pick and you got like a split second to catch it and shoot it, So I did it by feel. I wasn't the guy that looked at the ball, had to rotate the ball. I caught it, quick flip. I'm ready to go because I got to see the whole floor. Because I'm 15. Now the game is played 15 feet further than I played, but I was 15 and then. So when you 15 and then, it's crowded. So you don't have all that time to be out there trying to figure it out. So when you first threw me the ball, I was like, I can shoot this thing right now. I was like, what is he going at?
Something that he said too is like kind of how when you buy a ball that is quote unquote inexpensive or not that doesn't cost that much, it isn't at that price point of like $80. That generally it's like, I hate to say it, they're trash basketballs a lot of times. Like you try to catch it, you jamming your finger, which is like super rubbery. You like getting warts and stuff on your hands from the basketball. So could you like talk us through the process of like what it was like to actually develop this product, like the trials and errors that you may have had to kind of get it to the quality that you have right now?
Honestly, I hated it. I'll be honest.
I wasn't expecting that answer.
I hated this process because I gave it how much money I spent on trying to perfect this quality, man. Like that was another reason why I wanted to quit my business too, because I just felt as though I was never going to get the quality that I wanted to be. Because you know, when you make a product, you want to know would you buy it yourself. You just don't want to sell it just to make money. It's not about that. You want to know if it's going to be great to the consumer as well. So I know if I'm going to buy it off the shelf, I want to know if it's going to last long, be durable. It's going to be like, this is my basketball. Especially if I paid a lot of money for it, I want it to be durable. I don't want it to break or bust in like a week. Where you going to the gym, playing in the gym or whatever, and you pass it to your friend. He's like, "What kind of basketball is this?"
Yeah, we're not playing with this. They roll it back to the side.
And you get back to the side. It's like, get this man out here with this. So yeah, man, that process, man, it took me a while to perfect that. Actually, like once the test, I actually had to go through official testing. I failed the test probably plenty of times to try to make the official requirements of the basketball, so you even get the right size, the right bounce height, the right rate of the ball. All that matters within the basketball. So you gotta meet those requirements for even to use it professionally. So it was just, man, it was just tough. It was definitely tough, man. Even to find the right manufacturer to make it, man. I went through plenty of manufacturers that didn't provide the quality I needed, and I just felt like I was at that stuck point. So I was like, man, this might not be it for me. Maybe I just gotta look at something else. But I decided to say, hey, just keep pushing. I gotta get this out there. I want to make a difference. I want to change the game. This is the way you do it in a different way, and show kids that just because you didn't make it to the way you wanted to be, there's other ways to contribute to the game as always. Well, that's what I wanted to show these kids. Like, and don't give up. Just like say, you got your blueprint. Just stick to that blueprint. I don't care what nobody says. Family, friends, whoever, person down the street, your neighbor, stick to your plan. It might look crazy to them at first, but once you stick to it in the long run, it's all going to come out. So it's going to be perfect.
Well, what does the game of basketball mean to you?
Oh, man, I love that question. I love it, man. I love the game, man. Like, ever since I was younger, man, from watching, I know I'm a little on the younger side, but yeah, watching Michael Jordan and Kobe, T-Mac, AI, especially AI too. I think AI T-Mac was like my two favorites. So I used to love watching AI T-Mac, but like I said, I call like the end of Jordan a little bit, but yeah, man, I just loved it. I just loved playing it. It was to me, it was like therapy. It's like a getaway, especially with all the stuff I was going to do. It was just like a getaway for me. So I used to cut school to go play basketball. So,
man, I feel like I'm definitely such a fan of what you do, though, man, and kind of what you just said about showing a way to kind of stay with the game even if you aren't playing it. You know, that kind of almost embodies what this show is about. You know, that there's other lanes and opportunities out there than what people probably see that's in the limelight. You know, like definitely, I think there's plenty of opportunity around the game of basketball versus just kind of being in between the lines. And definitely, again, kind of commend you on like thinking like, man, it's kids out here playing with this, I would say the tool, the rock every day, you know? But we automatically assume like, oh, it gotta be Wilson or Spalding. So kind of where do you envision yourself kind of taking this brand? Is this going to be basketballs? Like, are you trying to do high school, college?
I'm trying to be everywhere. So definitely be in high schools, AAU programs, definitely on the collegiate level. I want to be in all colleges, HBCUs, all of it. And hopefully, the ultimate goal, of course, to get into the NBA. I know that's a long shot, but hey, you never know. It can happen. I'm not giving up on it. But yeah, that's what I see. I definitely want to get the basketball into more stores so people actually get more access to it, like at a Walmart, Target, goods, even a local sporting goods store, so they all can have access to get the basketball except just through my website, because sometimes I might not have some on my website. So that they have other lanes to go actually purchase the basketball and get it. So that's why my goal is to open up more lanes for it. And my brand in general, just to be a household name, definitely. Just be on it. Not even trying to, because I'm not even going to downplay like the Nikes and like I said, I just want that seat at the table. You know, I think I can have that seat at the table. And I think I deserve that seat at the table because I put the work in just as much as they did. They just had more resources than I do, but it's all right. I'm going to get there. And I ain't going to let nobody stop me.
Well, I think for me, it's three things. One, as a shooter, when you walk into the gym, you know, it's important when somebody say, let me see your ball, you give them a real rock. You know, you can't dump some garbage, man, because you probably won't get it any game. It's like, I think, second of all, to me, just, and Chris talked about it, I think it's so important that you were able to take your passion for the game and still turn it into something and not just give up because you couldn't play basketball. There's so many people with a passion, man, and they just give up on it because it doesn't work out or look like exactly what everybody else thinks it should look like. And that's what it is. You did something that nobody else could see. If you were in the 12th grade and you told somebody what you just said, they probably think you were on drugs or something. Yeah. But the fact that you were able to take your passion and come to the realization that I may not be able to play, but I can impact the game this way.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
And another thing, because I remember I had individuals telling me, you need to change your logo. Like, they told I need to change my whole logo. So I was like, man, I kind of stuck with me a little bit. I had to second guess myself. Like, maybe.
Well, let's talk about that. Not to cut you off. Why? Did they tell you why?
No, they just said it doesn't look right. They said, I don't think it will look right on a basketball or look right on a closed period. As a brand, I think you should just get rid of the question mark and get rid of your logo in general. And I don't know why. I don't know if it was like some towards it would towards it. I have no idea, but I just took it to heart. I'm like, man, maybe I do need to change it because maybe it was like.
I'll apologize if it was somebody close to you, but it kind of goes with not Wright Brand. When I hear not Wright Brand, it's supposed to be different. It's not supposed to fit into a norm. That's just me.
But people are scared of different. Just like your favorite athletes, entertainers, like I say, everybody calls somebody crazy. Like Prince was crazy, Michael Jackson was crazy. It was different. They was different than ordinary people, so they had a different mindset. So people look at it as like, that's strange what they're doing. Why are you doing things like that? It's not that they're strange. They see things in a different way. They have a different aspects in the way how they view things, and that's what they wanted. They wanted to create their own lane. There's nothing wrong, and that's what kids need to know today. Like, there's nothing wrong with creating your own lane. There's nothing wrong with doing something that's uncomfortable to others. There's nothing wrong with it. Because at the end of the day, they probably had the idea, but they didn't know how to construct it, and you did. So they might form a sense of jealousy. Don't worry, just keep moving, keep pushing. So that's why I tell them, like, hey, you got an idea, just stick to it, man. Don't worry about it. It's one of all. It might sound crazy. Now, it might even sound crazy to yourself right now. Once you get it all together, put all the pieces together, I promise you, it'll come out perfect. Come out as a really product.
So my question next is kind of with your basketball, like where currently, are people actually utilizing them? I already know the answer, but I kind of want to get to talk about, where people are actually kind of playing with these basketballs and how you got to that.
Okay, so
isn't this where we get the scoop at when you show the ball? No, I'm just teasing.
Let me. It's like a crock pot. Yeah, cook it up slow.
Right.
But yeah, my first person that actually took a chance on me was Urban Youth Kings and Queens. Actually, a mutual friend that me and Chris know, Dwayne, the owner. Hanif, he gave me a chance to actually use my basketball for the Winter League because he liked it and he just wanted to support a black-owned business. Now I was a little nervous. I was like, man, you sure? I'm like, you want to give me a shot? I was like, yeah. Let's see how they like it. They don't like it. I'm the commissioner. Wherever I say goes anyway. So I was like, I respect that. So yeah, they used it and they loved it. Then I was fortunate enough to get into a couple of charter schools. So they used it at New Foundation charter schools up in Northeast Philly. I have Maritime Academy Charter School that's down in like the Allegheny area, so they use my basketball there too. I have Mastery Charter in South Philly. They use my basketball there too. And I got another charter school that's about to use it in North Philly Alliance for Progress Charter School as well. They're about to use it. And
are they using it in practice or are they using it in the game?
Using it in practice right now. Hopefully, trying to bring it to the game level. Hopefully next season, that's the goal. Definitely next season.
That's still pretty big though. Like hearing that it's in all these different schools, and you had some tournaments. Now, is that the goal for like the next couple years? Are you trying to get more into basketball tournaments and having them use that ball as the main equipment?
Yeah, I'm trying to have them use the ball as the main equipment, but the old school district of Philadelphia and then beyond that. So we're talking about colleges, high schools outside of Philly, across the nation. That's my goal. So that's why that's why I see it at. I see that. I wanted the people to say, "Oh, man, that's a black couple moves that made a basketball." And that just brings the idea to other kids, like, "Oh, I didn't never think of that," or why can't we? Nobody really thought about even doing something like this? And that's what I want to do. Just show kids that you don't have to follow everybody's path. You can be different. It's okay to be different. So that's my goal. And I just got a big announcement because I just got my basketball. I'm actually showing you into the YMCA of North Philly, the Columbia North Y.
That's huge. Got the logo on there too.
Got the logo on the basketball. So
can you tell them what that Y is? The neighborhood is that?
Yes, it's in North Philadelphia, Columbia North Y, right down the street from Temple University.
That's right.
That's tremendous, man. That's major. And like that's a big network to be able to introduce your basketball to. There's of course other Ys and other community centers that you can eventually hopefully get that into, man. So congratulations.
And I'm trying to get them in, the King tournament. They have the 3-on-3 basketball tournament. King's going to be here. Chris Broussard, all those guys, Brian Dawkins, James Brown is supposed to come. All those guys are going to be here. So, Chris, hopefully we can try to get them to use the ball at the tournament. That's my goal.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm all for it.
That's my goal. So,
yeah, the local rec centers everywhere, man. The Power League, there's so many. I see so much opportunity for this basketball, and I just really see it everywhere. And hopefully we'll see it on TV one day. So
what I see with the basketball is, for me, it would be great to not only use the basketball, but had you come talk to kids before the game or something. That's your ball.
Absolutely.
I think that would be like amazing to have this guy come out and say, yo, I can't imagine how to make you feel to see him jump with your ball up either. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. When the first school, when they started playing with it, oh man, it was like I actually wanted to share the chair, man, because I never saw myself coming this far, man. And there was all joy, so like really playing a real game with the basketball. I was like, wow, man, I'm actually really in the school.
That's great. What were some of the reactions from, I would say, the kids when you saw them kind of playing with the basketball? Like,
it was funny because I actually spoke to the kids first. So me, the AD, he's like, he speak to kids. He didn't even tell them like who was behind the brand. So it was kind of like a surprise. So it was kind of how he set it up like that. So they actually saw me. They was all shocked. Like, what?
That's a black man.
So and they just loved it. They just went crazy. And like I said, they always like compliment me on the basketball. Like it's so comfortable. Like the feel for it, the grip is crazy, the bounce is great, it feels great. And when you release the basketball, when you dribble it, it's like it's not sloppy, it's not slippery. They was giving me a bunch of feedback, and I was kind of overwhelmed with it because I didn't know how to take it. So because at this point, I'm still like shocked. It's like it's still shocking me. So and I was just like, man, this is really happening. It was like surreal movie.
That's because all the work that you've been putting in, probably all the negative stuff you've been hearing, and like the times where you felt like the product wasn't good enough, and you have kids, which probably are like, I would say, the number one people using it right now, like because AAU basketball tournaments is blowing up, like for them to kind of buy into it and then see somebody that looks like them presenting this, man, that speaks volumes, man. So I wanted to also know, like, what was the process of you kind of, I guess, getting approved to actually be utilized in the schools? Because I'm sure there's like a requirement for kind of the PIAA, other kind of, I guess, commissions like that.
Yeah, it's a tough process, but yeah, it has to go to official lab testing as well to get approved. So you gotta make sure the color is right, the size is right, the weight is right, the bounce height is right. There's so many requirements I got to meet, and fortunate enough to actually get the basketball testing approved for it. So, so that was a tough process too, because I failed a couple times on that too. So to get everything specifically under their requirements, but like I said, you gotta keep pushing, man. You gotta keep pushing.
Now, do you think that was the toughest part? Do you think that was like the toughest part creating the basketball, or do you think there was like another part that had to be the hardest?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'll probably say making sure the quality was good was the hardest. Definitely making sure the quality was good because like I said, I didn't want to go into, like I said, an institution that looks stupid. So say if I went to, say we had a rec center or something, and it's like, hey, you try my ball, let me know if you like it. Next thing you know, they playing with it and it falls apart. That's a scary moment. So now you out there looking crazy. So you tell the people that, you're the first black one coming here, or you made this basketball and it's real good, and that's what you look like a fool and it fell apart. And there's all types of defects with it. And now you got to own up to that. And now it makes it kind of hard because you never know somebody might spread it to another person because
Yeah.
unfortunately, in a black-owned business, one bad rep goes 1,000 miles. So it's like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, so and it shouldn't be like that. But that's just how the world is today. So I can only imagine if like unfortunately that happened, and I'm like my brain is probably over before it started. So so. Like I said, that was my goal. I was like, I didn't even want to put it out there yet, so I know like it's ready.
Is this an indoor-outdoor ball? Or strictly indoor?
Indoor. I am working on the outdoor one.
Right.
I tried to use this one outdoor, no, it did not work out too well.
Why not though? How come you didn't
Why
want to do
not?
outdoor?
Why not? Well, reason why, because you know the difference between indoor and outdoor balls. So
Yeah.
feel like bouncing on the concrete, it start to weather way more. So like the feel for it started to lose feeling faster than what doing the indoor. So, but either way, it's still durable.
Yeah.
It's still durable. Like either way, it's still like basketball is always going to be durable no matter what. So you don't have to worry about being all extra smooth or anything. And it still has great quality grip.
Yeah.
That's another thing. But people,
I love
my feedback, they like it better indoors. So I'll ring with the indoor ball.
Yeah. Yeah, because you got to tell folk that because they be out there playing in the snow and concrete, then get upset. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So do you also have a women's basketball as well? Or is it
Yes,
kind of
I do have women's basketball as well.
Oh, good question.
That's fine.
So do you have like a marketing plan? How you target people to go to, or do you kind of just, how do you plan on getting the ball out there?
Oh, I do everything myself. I reach out to these schools personally. I'm on the phone probably like every day, or trying to get in contact with somebody to try to say, hey, I got first black company making professional basketball. Who can I speak to? I speak to the basketball coach, the athletic director, whoever I can get a hold of. I'll be trying to make the connections to make it happen. They say, hey, can I visit your gym? We get sit down, we get your players tested out, you can get a feel for the basketball yourself, see if you like it, and we'll work out it from there. So that's my goal. That's all I always do. Try to get the person by face. So that I can say I have a basketball all day, but for them to actually see the basketball, feel the basketball, kind of like how you did, it's a different story.
Yeah.
So that's I actually want to put the product to the face. So that's what I do. So I always try to who I can connect with. I'm always on trying to connect to the next person, the next person, to the next person. So even if I feel like you're affiliated with somebody, I'm gonna say, hey, do you know this guy? Or I'm gonna try to get that connection somehow. So
Well, I think that's why the summer would be good for you because they're expecting like 1,000 men from all over the country. But it's funny because when I met him, we were down at the Black History Museum. When I first saw him, I was like, why is this dude carrying a basketball around inside the museum? And I really didn't pay much mind. Okay, maybe that's his thing. Maybe that's his, I don't know. He's carrying the ball around. And I remember my wife saying, well, why is he ever basketball? I said, I have no idea. And I really didn't pay much attention to it. So my brother was there. Mike was there. And Mike was talking, and I was the ringer for the state trooper. I used to play basketball. So they all know me through hoops. So that's why I was like, yo, you got to meet this guy. And I'm thinking like, why am I meeting this guy carrying a basketball in a Black History Museum? So it's kind of interesting. And then when I came up, I was like, now it's starting to come together. Yeah.
Do you intend to branch out into other sports or like I guess other types of equipment?
Yeah, I do have a football as well. I have a football. Still working on it. Actually, it's actually pretty good, but I still gotta get it officially certified to use. But I do have a football.
See, this is what we need you to do. We need to do some kind of, maybe we can have like an above average black men basketball game.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And we can write some folk out and push the ball, man. Because I think, and that's why I asked you about the marketing thing, about do you have a plan? Like I got a couple names I can give you. Like I just text somebody and I'm gonna talk to them tomorrow. I didn't even think about it till I was talking to you. I just text somebody, they do a lot of intramural basketball at their church. But they run a lot of leagues and stuff. So we're gonna do what we can to help you, but I want to get back to the idea behind it. So what made you not quit? What made you say, when it wasn't working, what made you say, man, I gotta stay at this?
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, I have a great support system. Kids, my wife, my brother, they kept pushing me, kept beating into my head, like, hey, don't quit, don't give up. You got this. Because you went too far now. There's no road to quit now. You went on the right path. There's no reason to give up on yourself. You turned your life around. You started to do better for yourself. Why not? Just keep going. nobody could tell you no but yourself. So they kept pushing me, and like I said, some good friends as well. So I thank them very much because like I said, I still to this day I still kind of feel less confident some days. Like it's really going to really happen. It's really going to take off. It's really, or I'm just wasting my time. I still second guess myself to this day.
What was one of your most challenging moments? Kind of like starting out here. Yeah.
The most challenging moment was definitely probably say getting the funds to support my business in general. So trying to have the funds to start the business. I think that was a challenging moment.
Yeah, that could be work.
Definitely trying to get exposure as well. So like I said, I had plenty of people they didn't believe what I wanted to. And pretty much ain't trying to hear nothing I had to say with my basketball or my brand in general. So it's like nobody believed in the company. So I was like struggling. Like, all right, that's cool. And I was like, all right, I should quit. Maybe I am looking crazy out here. Maybe not right is not right. I don't know, but so I just had to stick to it. So I'm glad to be honest, I'm glad I did because like I said, I wouldn't even be here talking to you guys today if I didn't. So
Now the process in creating the basketball and the football, what's the biggest difference there?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. The basketball is harder. Basketball is way harder.
Yeah.
Really? We wouldn't have thought that. Why?
Trust me. The best.
You got, I could imagine dribbling the basketball. I really shoot it. You just gotta catch and throw.
Right. It's just like so much. I'm gonna say there's so much outliers to creating a basketball, man. It's like you can create a basketball today and it can bounce a certain way, or you create a basketball you shoot it and it goes a certain way. There's so many like factors that plays into a basketball. Like you said, you touch a basketball, the grip ain't right, it's slippery,
Yeah.
it's so much. Like or like you bouncing too high. Or it's so many factors. Even when it's fully pumped, even if it's a little bit pumped, it's not bouncing or the bouncing right. It's just so many. I think that's the challenge here. To make it like official basketball that's like professional level. Yeah. Definitely.
So how did you make that transition from all the failures that you talked about, all the, things people said about you to an entrepreneur? Because you just don't wake up one day, with all that weight hanging on you, say, oh, I'm going to invent something. So, how did you, walk us through that process? What was that like?
Well, like I said, I always wanted to be a business person. Like I said, and I just never knew in what. So I remember one time I wanted a barbershop. I wanted to do ever since I was little. And I just never actually sat down and actually made a plan, like actually what do I want to do in general that's going to change the game. And I was like, you know what? Play basketball. Then we played basketball, friends played basketball. And I was like thinking like, what can we do that's different? Like, how can we do something that's different? And we all like make shorts, basketball shorts. Not knocking people that do it at all. But I'm just saying, I just wanted to step out and do something different. I was like, then it just hit me. Like, that just hit me just playing basketball one day. I was feeling on basketball. I was like, what if I try to do something like this? What? And it took me like a while to like even try to find manufacturers to research like how to even make a basketball. And I was
like where do you start?
Like where do you start? So me doing like researching for like probably about I'll probably say like 2 years. About 2 years.
Wow.
To create, find the because I had to order samples, of course, to see like what type of quality is good, what type of quality is good, how the bounce is. It was just a process. It's just something. Oh, and I just got tired of working for people too. I had plenty of jobs that wasn't a good environment. I'm gonna say that wasn't a good environment, and it was just like, you can't do this no more. Started building this stuff. Being self-employed, I always wanted to be self-employed.
So what was the process like? Because to me, if I'm Wilson or I manufacture basketballs, some Joe Brown calls me up and says, I want to manufacture a basketball. In my mind, I'm thinking, because that doesn't happen every day. That doesn't happen every day to out the rest. So what was their I mean, were people like laughing at you or questioning you, or did they think like, yo, is this dude serious?
Absolutely.
He said absolutely.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. I got. He was laughing. People call me weird, strange, all types of stuff. People hung up the phone on me. It's like,
Wow.
That's what clicked. So I just struck gold one day. Actually struck gold, and actually found great manufacturers that actually listened to what I was trying to do, and they sat down with me and we spoke on the phone a couple of times, went back and forth, went to the drawing board for hours, days, months, just broke it down, and then we made it happen. So it was tough. It was a tough road, but yeah, I was definitely getting clowned for it, man. Laughed at it.
Now, I kind of wanted to tap into, your logo, your appeal. Like, I see you got the hoodie on. Do you see yourself, venturing into like sweatpants or like, full on warm ups?
I actually did have a jogger set. Yeah, I have a jogger set before. Men's, women's, which is I had this color and the black color. So I'm still trying to expand on that. I had one thing about the body again. So it manufactures again. So I gotta find. I'm working towards that to try to get expanding that. Of course, like I said, I wouldn't mind doing like old frag suits and all that. So yeah, absolutely.
What's that process been like?
Struggle been tough. Definitely been tough. Because like I said, it comes down to quality, man. So you spending money trying to perfect the quality. So you order tables trying to perfect the craft, make sure it's the quality that you like. It's like I said, you want to make sure that when you buy something, it's for yourself, not just for other people. You want to try it on, make sure it fits right, and you run it in your own. So to make sure it's perfect for you. Then you feel like this is perfect for you, then okay. Then you start branching out to other people, say, hey, I want you to try this out, or hey, what do you think about this? But you gotta make sure you're confident in your own product first. If you're not confident in your product, then you might as well stop doing what you're doing.
I feel like you definitely show a lot of patience and resilience, man. To hear that you took 2 years to kind of really study and find, like, all right, this is what a basketball, because I just pick it up and I play with it. You know what I mean? I don't put that much thought into it. So I definitely, again, like, for you to be able to have that mindset of like, all right, I want to perfect this. It's like, where did you get that from? Like, is it somebody in your family that kind of like inspired you or like kind of gave you some of those kind of skills there?
Oh, my motivation was Nipsey Hussle. That was like one of my biggest inspirations. Yeah, him, Master P, and all the big entrepreneurs. That's our people. Like they went through the obstacles of not being successful. To the fortune they got their big break, no matter what people told them. A lot of people told them they wasn't going to do this. A lot of people told them they was going to do that, and they did it. And especially with Nipsey, like he created his own store in his own neighborhood. Unfortunately, he lost his life. Unfortunately, but he was doing big things like outside the box that people wasn't doing, like having masters to his own records and all that. So thinking like, why can't we all do something like this? So. And he, like I said, he just me watching interviews in general, like they're just about like motivation to my about motivation to my life. I'm about motivation to my life. So just listening to the interviews, yeah, man, it was just like I could do this. Like they did it, they've been doing it. They've been doing probably worse than I ever been doing. So
do you fund this out of pocket? Do you have investors? Are you looking at investors? How does the financial aspect?
Yeah, where did you get the funding from?
Oh man. But got borrowed into my own 401k. That's how I started pumping. I took a game with myself. See, now I told myself it was now or never. It's like I keep procrastinating, it ain't up in my head. So I was like, all right, so take a game. It doesn't work. I don't say I'll try.
Now I'm gonna put you on the spot. So what was that conversation like with your wife, man? When you said, "Hey, I'm gonna get this 4K money, and I'm gonna get my own basketball."
I mean, she gave me the crazy look at first. It didn't go well. I'm gonna say it didn't go well at first.
Because I'm married, I know how that is.
She supported it. She definitely supported it. She knew what I was trying to do, and that was my dream. Like always always start a business, and she feels though I'm so confident in it at this point. She told me just to do it. It's like we'll be okay. If anything, we'll be okay. We'll figure it out.
Well, you got to give her kudos because I think one of the number one dream killers, people that I come across that are in relationships, is the relationship. Is their relationship trying to get somebody to see, what you see, even though, or better yet, you just said it. They may not see it, but they see what's in you.
Right.
And that's hard for a lot of people, man. So I applaud both of you, on just being able to do that, and this thing gonna take off, man. We gonna do our part. I guarantee that, man. So how are your kids responding to all this? Like, man, that's pretty cool to go to show and tell. Say, yo, my dad made this.
Yeah, my son probably my biggest. Actually, my son, they're like my biggest promoters. Listen, my son trying to get the basketball in this school right now. So listen, my dad made the basketball. Listen, we should be playing with this one. And he's showing the pictures to the coaches, or the pictures to the athletic director. What can we do? So he loves it, man. Daughter goes to her school saying, my dad got a business. Check out his business. So they promoted for me, man. So it just be, and I just love that because it kind of that's another thing kind of brings tears to my eyes. It's like they're so passionate about it, kind of more passionate about it than I am. I'm just kind of scared, but but I love it. So that shows that they can do something too, and maybe I can pass this down to them, or it could be like a generational thing. So
that's what I was just thinking, man. Like something that can definitely be generational that you can just kind of pass and keep it in the family. Because I'm sure Wilson and Spalding is like that. Like that's a family name, Wilson. And when they start breaking into all the other sports. So do you have any other goals or visions for other sports that you potentially would like to get into with kind of making balls or any other apparel?
Every sport. So if I gotta make it baseball, I'm making baseball, golf balls, tennis balls,
golf ball.
Why not be the whole sporting business, man? It's like, why not? I don't see why not. I've already tackled one lane. I'm still working on the next lane, so why not?
What's some of the best feedback you've gotten?
From and business in general, or just the basketball?
Both. It can be both, honestly.
We're both.
I guess, all right, for business, so I guess I can start. I was nominated for Small Business of the Year by the African American Chamber of Commerce.
Oh.
Congrats.
Last year.
Good stuff.
Yeah, finished runner-up there. So I guess that's a big positive.
Who won?
For sure.
Who won?
I guess.
That's you.
Yeah, bro. Celebration.
I'm sorry. I'm humble. I'm very humble. That's one thing about it. I'm very humble. But honestly, like, people just be so amazed, especially when I break down the story of like how my business started.
Yeah.
It's the purpose of not Wright Brand. Like, I was based on family, my daughter, and everything. They fall in love with it, so they feel like they're a part of my family now. And people just feel so passionate. They can be more passionate about it than I am once they hear the story. So, and it's just amazing to hear that. And it's just amazing that people actually wants to buy the basketball. Like I said, I had no faith in none of this. So it's just like I said, I didn't expect to even be here, be in school, be anywhere. So it just I think that was like the biggest thing about the business. Now the feedback about my products, from schools, from you guys, from rec centers, from coaches, it just like I said, it's just so surreal, man. I still can't believe it. So, and everybody just loves it, man. Everybody wants to support it. I got people reaching out to me that I didn't even know I was speaking to in general, just say, hey, congratulations on what you're doing, man. You're doing something different. I never even thought about playing the basketball. I remember even at that award ceremony when they said I was the first black on cover to make a basketball that was proud of roughing it. I never heard somebody do something like that. So, and then just hearing that reaction was kind of crazy. So it just like, to me, it's just a blessing, man. I'm just blessed and honored to be here.
Cause it's so dope, man. Cause we generate a lot of money from basketball. From the jersey sale to the sneakers that fold, the NBA tickets, the college game. Like, we generate so much money from that. So that's why it's like tremendous to hear, that again, like, there's another way that we can tap into it and keep it within our community, not the ones that we're just producing and they making money off of us.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a way for us to kind of get a piece of that pie. And I think another thing that you said that kind of stuck with me is like how people feel a part of your family. Like, you know what I mean? It's really, I think that's something that you could probably tap into and think about, man, like not right and just being part of the family. Like it really does give you that vibe because I think a lot of us probably feel like that sometimes, you know, that we on the outside looking at it, that we not necessarily right to be in a certain spot. So definitely tap into that family aspect, man.
I'm not gonna say a lot of myself until you. I'm far from that. I was far from that.
So you can tell me the truth, man. We first met. Did you think I really was going to get you on the show, man?
Absolutely not. Hell no. I'm be honest. Hell no. It's crazy because when I walked into that event, people was looking at me crazy. Like you said, why this guy got this basketball in his hand? Like I got a whole suit on with a basketball in my hand.
I just figured you really love the game.
So I was getting all the looks in there. So people started. Actually, nobody even coming to me. I was just standing there. So the lady, I think she was vending, and she decided to come over and ask, like, why you had the basketball in her hand. And I explained to her everything about my company. She fell in love with it. She was like, oh my God. And I think she was like a teacher at, I forgot what charter school was, but yeah, she was just so amazed about it. So,
I mean, it's a great conversation starter, honestly.
Yeah, man. And if I could get involved, I'll stand there in the suit and throw the basketball around or something like that.
I know we met, especially when I was telling you about I was going to buy some balls. I just saw how you looked at me. So you must hear that a lot, don't you?
I need one.
Absolutely. Definitely get you one, man. Definitely.
Well, you must hear that a lot, don't you? People say they're going to do stuff and they don't do it.
Oh, man. I ain't talk about that. I ain't going to put nobody there.
I didn't say name them, but I could tell how you were looking at when I said, yo, I'm going to buy some balls because I was doing a toy drive. And I know you thought I was going to say, give me some balls. I saw a look on your face that you thought I was going to say, give me some balls. and then I told you about the podcast.
No. I get that a lot. I get that a lot. People, unfortunately, people expect stuff for free. Unfortunately, but you're not going to go to the Nike store and say, hey, let me get that basketball. Let me get that sneakers for free. You ain't getting no Jordan. So they're going to look at you crazy and say, get the hell out of my store. So you're not going, even for my big designer, you're not going to Gucci, whatever, Louis. You're not going to Max for the food discount. You're not going for none of that. They're going to look at you crazy. So why it comes to, listen, we can take minority out of it, just friends in general. Why do you feel as though you got to have something for free, or why you feel as though you need a discount? If you really support and believe in that person, you would give them your whole 100% profit. Because up and them trying to get there where they need to be, then later down the line, they can get that budget discount because they contribute to their success. You support them, but the first thing shouldn't be actually, hey, let me get a free basketball, let me get a free products in general, whatever you have, product or service. You should be like, hey, let me support you. Let me support you. That's discount. I just want to support you.
How much does a ball typically run for?
That's what I was about to ask.
$40.
$40 is like, again, for the quality of this basketball, like that is amazing, man. Like I would say, again, if we thinking Wilson, Rollins, Spalding, they're charging probably like $70, $80 for a basketball of that quality. So like again, I'm hyped. Like I just want to continue to help promote this in any type of way that I can. Like I said, I'm trying to get back in the gym and start taking it around myself, man.
Definitely appreciate you, man. Definitely, man. Like I said, you just even hearing that, it's still, man, it's still a humbling experience, bro. It's just like, I didn't expect none of this, man.
My playing days is over, but I can walk around the suit and carry them in my arm, man.
I ain't say it just have like say you have on table just display like that. I still appreciate it.
No, we got you. I just text somebody from Enoch, and they have their own basketball league and stuff, and they're gonna be hosting a tournament. So I'm working to get your ball in the tournament. And I told you I text Chris Broussard, so hopefully he'll get back to me about get you some exposure, man. I know at the conference, Brian Dawkins is supposed to be there, Brian Westbrook is supposed to be there, James Brown from CBS. So there's gonna be some folk there, man. Who Jason Avant, who maybe maybe they push your ball, man. Who knows?
Maybe we need to get a football. We can toss that around in there.
Yeah, especially because a lot. It's funny because the NFL got this big flag football push now.
They do.
They just started girls flag football.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. But anyway,
Definitely
we are wrapping it up, so we go around. So I tell you what, I'll give you the last 4 minutes, Terry, man. What do you want to say, man, to the people listening?
I just want to say thank y'all for this opportunity for having me. Definitely all the kids out there, man, don't let them tell you nothing that you can't do. So if you have a blueprint, stick to it, follow it. There's a blueprint out there for everybody. Just stick to your blueprint. I don't care if it was your friends, your family, whoever, your neighbors. If you feel as though it's crazy, feel as though it might not look right in our eyes, trust me, it's right. That's the purpose of my brand. So stick to your plan. I don't care. Like, it doesn't turn out the way it looked like. Go back to the drawing board and keep working on it, man. Just because you failed doesn't mean it's not going to be successful later down the line. So just keep pushing, man. So kids today, just keep pushing. I don't care what you got going on, what you're going through. If you got a plan, you feel as though you want to do something to make a difference, make it happen. No excuse, because I'm a perfect example. I was one of them. Just had excuses, just wanted to quit and give up. I ain't want to do it. Look where I am today. So kids, please believe in yourself. No matter what, believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you today. I'm one of your people that's a big support. So I believe in you. So you feel so you can do it. I know you can do it. So just stick to it. Trust me.
Okay.
And definitely, if you want any of my products, you can. It's on my website, notwrightbrand.com. I do have an exclusive sneaker travel backpack I've created as well. Those are the 2 pairs of sneaks, 3 days worth of clothes. It comes with a USB cord. You can charge your phone while you're on the go. As long as you got to put up the charger. Also, toilet items. It got some laptop slot in the back. Also got some pull-out hat sling in the front that's waterproof. And the best thing about it is carry-on free. And it comes in various colors. And I actually got out of high school using that as well. And that's like one of my best sellers as well. Everybody loves that backpack, especially my sneakerheads and athletes. So, and also you check out on Instagram, Not Wright Brand. If you want to email me, notwrightbrand@gmail.com. And yeah, man, like I said to everybody else, man, listen, thank you, all my supporters, people that purchase their products. We should run around playing the basketball right now. All the schools, everyone, I appreciate you. Friends, family, even supporters, strangers, I appreciate you guys all.
And just for people who are listening and might not necessarily be watching, see, can you spell right just to make sure that you're not spelling it incorrectly?
So it's right with a W. So right with a W. W-R-I-G-H-T is my last name. So Not Right. N-O-T-W-R-I-G-H-T-B-R-A-N-D. Not Right Brand. NotWrightBrand.com. Not Right Brand on Instagram. NotWrightBrand.com.
So I just didn't want them looking and be like, I can't find it. It don't exist. Especially the bag. Like, that bag is a must.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a bag. Put me down for a bag, bro.
Gotta get that bag. Yeah, I got multiple colors. Actually, it's got some new colors in our display those too. So yeah, I'm just trying to. Those actually, you see those everywhere. So pretty much like department stores like Macy's, Dick's Sporting Goods, Foot Lockers, every sneaker store you can think of. People bloom that I see it everywhere. Batman. So yeah, I can see that in colleges and high schools too, even at the professional level as well. So we can try to make that happen as well.
Amen. Put me down for a bag, man.
I see the
Yeah,
vision.
man. Well, thank you, bro. We definitely appreciate you being on the show. Like, you certainly embody everything that we kind of wanted to represent and highlight here, man. Which is just like people that look like us, that are out here creating their own lane, creating their own way, and kind of not pretty much doing what people expect of us, you know? So definitely, again, appreciate you, man. And we definitely are going to continue to support you. And I'm just going to close above every black man, where we empower, inspire, uplift the community. Devin, I know you got your tag.
Like, follow, subscribe, share, comment, and also support Not Wright Brand. Awesome ideas.
Take care, everybody. Have a good night. And we'll get with you, Terry, man. Thanks. I need to get with you for everything. I do. I really do, man.
I gotta get some socks too, man. Philly did some socks too, man.
Oh, and you got socks too?
Not to mention, I got the socks. Yeah, my brand
you really about to have me out here as an ambassador. I'm saying.
That's what I'm working on. I'm looking for something. So,
all right. Well, listen, like, yeah, we can connect. I definitely don't mind doing it. And like I said, I'll pay. I'm not trying to grab nothing free. I want to support, man.
Wait, real quick. What's the Instagram? Is it Not Right?
Yeah, Not Right Brand.
Gotcha.
Awesome, man. Thank you, man. And I'll be following up.